Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today has been a very interesting day for the crypto space. I mean, we got Bitcoin being quite neutral at about plus 2%. Same thing for Ethereum and XRP. Actually, the entire top 10 is very freaking neutral, except for ADA, as Cardano right now is up about 10.5%, really not following the pattern of any other crypto. But that's again for some reasons which we will be discussing in a little bit. Actually, to give you the long story short, Cardano has been really in the works with stable coins. People are going crazy excited, also because of the Cardano event right here. You can probably already get Cardano has just launched a smart contract platform, or I should say the smart contract functionality, such a short while ago that people are right now just ramping up in excitement because of it, right? Because finally it's there, finally it's happening, finally things are possible. And then the first smart contracts becoming available, Cardano having a big event just now, people are starting to connect the dots and getting excited about it. It's not that strange, right? A lot of these other coins are just doing amazing because they are platformers, which is a little bit less crazy. I mean, we got XDZ doing good right now. I'm not even going to say that I know why exactly some of these do well. Unless there's something really specific in terms of news, Luna, XDC, these things do well because they're platformers and they're undervalued. I keep telling you guys, I think ADA and Solana have set the precedent for some crazy gains in 2021 for these platform-like cryptos. And so, well, since some of these have not gained as much as the others, they still have some room to grow. And coins like AVAX, whatever, they have done so well over the last couple of weeks that sometimes they have to correct a little bit for some others to bloom. Because you can't gain every single day. No, you need a couple of corrections here and there. However, guys, let's quickly talk a little bit more about the crypto prices. Right now, I want to quickly guide you guys through what I think happened. So for Bitcoin right now, if we're talking about, the general crypto market, it is always smart to first start off with Bitcoin and then work your way towards some different altcoins. If we're talking about Bitcoin, we can definitely see the symmetrical triangle that potentially is going to be broken out of pretty damn soon, if not already broken out of, I guess, because my trend line was a little bit messed up. This is the actual trend line I should have put in. So right now, I guess Bitcoin is actually breaking out on the 1 hour time frame. Again, you can, of course, deviate the triangle a little bit if you like to put it differently. Some people most likely have got it like this, because they put their trend line in a couple of hours ago. I'm going to say that this definitely does suffice as well. And so right now, after hitting a very important bottom area, we can clearly see that we are starting to build back up. And let's actually see it from a daily perspective, because that's what I told you guys yesterday. From a daily perspective, I still believe right now that Bitcoin hit a critical low right here in the demand zone for XRP. Basically based itself there, and from here on forward we're going to be starting to go into a new cycle basically. So again, this last couple of days were bearish. Now we're going to come back upwards. This was just a good correction, but not too significant, not too bad. It was about, let's see here, 26% down. I didn't actually put any Fibonacci's into this chart. We could do that to quickly check out to see if there's any important levels that we can clearly see. The 0.618 is right here at about $45-ish thousand or so, which is, of course, also where we got rejected the last couple of days at about $45,000. Other levels, they don't coincide too perfectly, but we can see 46.3 thousand is also an important area here for Bitcoin. I guess that's, let's actually kind of not go too much into that. For right now, most important is the area which we have to base from, which is about 42.5 thousand. And next area for Bitcoin, of course, is going to be 45,000, at least for my own personal importance levels. Those are the most critical. However, let's actually zoom out even a little bit more and actually take a look at this. So, as I've explained before to you guys, I think Bitcoin right now is in a critical spot. And what I mean with that is that from here on forward, we're going to have to make some very, very pivotal decisions. And they're key. Are we going to continue on with a quote-unquote bull run, or is it over? What do I mean with that? Well, if you look back at any one of these runs, any time before that as well, you'll see that you have a lot of ups and downs, right? Like any run, bullish or bearish, has. The question is, was the April run the point to here? And right now, for example, September being this second run, basically? Or is this first run just the start of a second, even bigger run. And it depends basically on how we close and how we continue on with these things. Right now, if we follow the actual facts, Bitcoin is bearish, right? Because we have made lower highs and lower, I guess, no, not lower lows, I guess basically similar lows actually for that matter. Yeah, we can't really say that, but we have been making lower highs, and so some people, of course, logically so, are saying, no, Bitcoin has got its top, it's going to go down from here. I like to say, no, it's not, no, it hasn't. For one, we have a critical squeeze coming in for Bitcoin. So, again, it could range into the next couple of weeks, but we have a critical squeeze coming in. But most importantly, guys, if you look at the actual numbers behind almost everything, people are still extremely, extremely bullish on crypto. And the way that I phrased it, guys, on July 19th, we basically started a new cycle. We had a really big bullish cycle. Boom. A couple of weeks of negativity. Yeah, sometimes that is there, all right? 91 days, about 3 months of negativity. And then right now, from here, 19th of July on forward, we're just starting to build back up. And we made our first high, our first low this week, and then we're going to make another new high, most likely at about $60,000 before coming back down a little bit again, maybe towards 52 or so. Looking a little bit like this, for example. Again, making our first high right there, poof, coming back to correct a little bit. Making our second high, like that, poof, coming back to correct a little bit. Making our third high, which is going to be the all-time high for Bitcoin. That's my personal expectation of the course of the crypto market, basically. And again, that's also how I'm going to be trading it, like right now. On the XRP front, that's what I usually tell you guys a little bit more about. Everything is still looking bullish. Everything is still looking good. Because again, if you look back to even as far as December when they got sued, basically, it's just in a continuous uptrend depending on how you look. But the way that I look, this just looks really, really juicy to me. Because it didn't have the rise, basically, that Bitcoin had. It had a little bit of a different sort of ride because it got sued back in December, which caused it to decline that significantly, which is also, again, you can see here, if you compare them, XRP had a really, really big dip, while Bitcoin was already testing some crazy $30,000 levels, basically, so about 50% above all-time high, while XRP was really significantly low. And that's a critical difference right there, which is why XRP relatively is performing a lot better if we compare it from the start of the year up to now, basically. From a daily perspective also, though, XRP is just starting to build up, at least from September 21st on forward. If you want to kind of draw that one back, you can still see July 21st or so on forward. Things are just looking really, really good. It just depends on how far you want to stretch these things, but it's still a bull run. It's still looking bullish. It's going to be with some defiances. It's going to be a little bit like this, but it's generally speaking still going up. Now, on the altcoin market cap, the same thing can be concluded right now, guys. I told you guys this bullish flag before, right? We're still continuing on in the flag. A decision has to be made quite shortly because the longer it takes, the less of a continuation pattern it is, and the more of a change in trend it basically is. Because right now we have an uptrend with a period of cooldown, but it's basically a continuation pattern because we expect it to look like this afterwards, just to continue on with the gains. The longer it goes down for, though, the more likely it is that things just switched over. Then again, guys, I keep telling you all, I'm extremely bullish. I'm holding on to my cryptos, and I'm just buying more every single chance that I get because I don't want to let this chance slip by. And I've told you guys this a couple of times already. I'm just too afraid that before you know it, it's going to be over, you don't have enough, basically. All right, Warren Buffett's granddaughter is keen on Ethereum and NFTs. I just had to quickly talk about this, guys. Come on. Isn't it really interesting that Warren Buffett's granddaughter is first of all in the news like that, but specifically that she's excited about crypto? I mean, you don't hear this stuff every day, guys. Let's be honest. So this type of stuff is kind of cool. So Buffett says that she accepts the greenback only for physical art. I will help people get set up so they can buy art on blockchain, but the currency of the NFT space is Ethereum. I do still take dollars for physicals. Now, his granddaughter claims that investing in art is no different from investing in stocks or bonds. Quote, my grandfather will look at something and ask, does it have integrity? Does it have sustaining value? What are the components? Can you break them down? Art is very much like that. And from a certain perspective, she is very much right? And I guess maybe Warren Buffett and any oldie for that matter is going to look at crypto eventually and see the things that can be made on there. For example, Ripple, building the internet of value here. The fact that you can store, for example, votes in such a manner is actually really, really freaking beautiful. I think that a lot of them are just hesitant because it's technology they don't fully understand or because it goes astray from some of the investments which they have. If you're a big investor in the current financial system, it's annoying if some guys are trying to stamp your entire system up. For example, if you have a large share in banks, you don't want something that's going to kill the banks, right? Yeah, you don't even want to involve yourself with anything in that industry that's going to destroy the banks, unless you're going to switch over and say, I'm going to adapt too, which eventually they'll have to do, though, in my opinion. So either Buffett doesn't understand fully just quite yet, or he doesn't want to change, or he just doesn't get it. There's a couple of different options, but I think the majority of people are not going to be able to keep ignoring it for too long. A little bit, yes, and people will try. They'll try for a very good while. But again, not for that long, if you were to ask me. All right, I need to put the timestamp. By the way, guys, sometimes it takes me a couple of hours to put the timestamps in because sometimes I record, I have to publish it, and I have to go out, for example. And then I can't get to the timestamps just quite yet because it sometimes takes a little bit of time. Now, these timestamps, though, I get in as soon as possible, so you don't really have to worry about it. And then I had another entire video planned here for this stuff. You know what? We'll just talk about this review right here. We'll talk about this condition in another video coming out later today because I think I want to spend some more time on that, and right now I don't have that much time left for an entire explanation. So one thing we covered in a small little fashion yesterday, and which Jeremy Hogan already covered over on his channel, was this small portion right at the bottom, which is the SEC shift is an admission of guilt. Now, what are we talking about, huh? What are we talking about? It basically revolves around the angle at which the SEC is trying to push Ripple. The SEC enforcement sources say that the logic of the agency's case versus Ripple is that the company's infrastructure is still being built out. So XRP, the token, which was used to finance the thing, is considered a security, while Ethereum has been totally built out for years. And a couple of really important things to just implement here and kind of talk about is if that's the case, the SEC switching over strategies from saying, oh, no, XRP is security because of the Howey and the easiest send, just in general, just saying, yeah, to one of the I guess parts of Howey is, I guess, coinciding with this. Again, these rules are really difficult, so let's kind of conclude it in the way that we can, the best way that we can, I mean. Following their own system, XRP basically is an ongoing sale, sorta, to build out the ecosystem. And even though it's not Ethereum-like where they had to sell and then build out, no, they have an ongoing sale because the system is not yet finished. Now, a very big intrusion to make right there, or whatever, you know what I mean, like, is to say the SEC themselves said that any platform can change and then become a security again. So, for example, in Ethereum, which right now is universally seen as not a security, but again, it's not officially decided, it can actually become a security again if they upgrade to Ethereum 2.0. But even right now, theoretically speaking, they can be a security if you think about it because, well, if it's still being built out, and Ethereum was being built out from the start, so is any network in crypto, any network like Bitcoin even for that matter, is still being built out. Things are changing every couple of years. So we saw, for example, Segwit, we see all these upgrades for Bitcoin, Taproot. The same thing happens for Ethereum. We see upgrades all the time. Same thing for Cardano. Them just selling something doesn't actually mean that they're building something else. I would say that this is just a cat and mouse game, all right? If you want to catch somebody with something, you're just going to try, right? You're just going to try bait them into something. You're just going to try get them to panic. You're going to try make them to switch tactics. In this specific case here, guys, I think this is such a panic attack from the SEC side. I don't think it's really going to work because I think Ripple's way too smart for this one. But if the SEC really starts to shift towards that direction, there's going to be so many more documents that the SEC is holding that are basically Ethereum related that are going to get important. I'm really, really dying to see it, guys. And some of you are complaining that the price is not moving. Don't you also think this is just fascinating, though, how this can all happen just in front of our eyes and that we're part of this bigger thing, basically? I sometimes find it fascinating. I think you guys find it, too. Otherwise, why would you update yourself so much with all this stuff? I have kind of an obsession of just knowing what the frick is going on in the background here because it's so strange that you just want to be involved with it. And that's at least kind of what I have. All right, couple of cool videos coming out later tonight. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see those, and of course press the like button. There's 2 Telegram channels, make sure you join them, links are down below, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.